Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning, sir.
Okay. So today we will learn about international SEO, and if we get some time, then we will also learn the setup of Search Console. So SEO क्या है, कैसे होता है, क्या क्या स्टेप्स है, वो थोड़ा बहुत हम लोग को पता चल गया है कि ऐसे कीवर्ड रिसर्च करना है, वेबसाइट ऑडिट करके उसमें से फ्लॉज निकलना है, उसको रिजॉल्व करना है. So mainly the concept of SEO is all about giving the right content, good user experience and interface, and like a seamless experience in your website. So that what SEO is all about. Now there are certain differentiation that we have discussed earlier, like the local SEO, then domestic SEO and international SEO. So local SEO we have learned about the Google listings and all. Domestic SEO is the main, like the like giving the keywords in the website, writing meta titles and description, doing website audits and everything. Okay, so this is the domestic SEO. Now, what is international SEO? So in international SEO, there is no difference between domestic and international SEO except few things. There are few additional things that we have to do in international SEO. Okay, say like in international SEO, it is not like that we don't write meta title description. We have to write meta title description. We have to do keyword research. We have to give keyword optimized content in the website. We have to work on the navigation. We have to work on the seamless experience within the website. So everything is same, but there are few additional things which is required to give the instruction to Google. Like I am dealing with some multiple locations, multiple countries, multiple languages. Okay, and not only Google. In international SEO, Google is not the only thing. Like if I am dealing with Russian kind of thing, then I have to go for Yandex. Yandex is the Russian search engine. So just hold on. Russia is Yandex. So this is the search engine of Russia. Russians don't use Google, they use Yandex. China is Baidu. Okay. And in other international countries, people use Google, Bing, like these search engines. Okay. So when we work on international SEO, we have to keep in mind about these search engines also, not only Google. Now, what are the basic features? What are the basic things that we need to do while doing the international SEO, irrespective of the search engines? First one is domain, subdomain, and directory. ये जो डोमेन सब डोमेन डायरेक्टरी है, पहले तो हम लोग को ये जानना है ये है क्या चीज. एक दूसरा चीज है कैसे ये वाला चीज हम लोगों का इंटरनेशनल एसईओ में हेल्प करेगा. अच्छा, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो लोग इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस के ऊपर काम करता है, इंटरनेशनल एसईओ के ऊपर काम करता है, their fast priority or the fast, not priority, rather fast choice is creating a new domain for different locations. Like say for India, say pinaki.co.in. For Australia, for France, for UK, for Russia, so these are the different type of domains which are location specific. Okay. So for India, we will use co.in. For Australia, we will use AU. For France, it is FR. For United Kingdom, it is UK. Russia for RU, like this. Okay. So how domain actually helps us in international? So basically, domain का नाम में अगर इस तरह का कुछ location specific ऐसा चीज रहता है, then it gives a signal to the search engine कि ये वाला जो वेबसाइट है ये मेनली रशिया के साथ डील करता है, या तो ये वाला जो है इसको ये यूके के साथ डील करता है. So based on these features, the search engine aligned all these search results according to the location. Okay. जैसे हम लोग जो गूगल में सर्च करते हैं कुछ भी, हम लोग जो गूगल में सर्च करते हैं, यहाँ पे मैं कुछ भी सर्च करूंगा मुझे इंडिया स्पेसिफिक रिजल्ट ही देगा. ठीक है. इफ आई एम क्लिकिंग ऑन रेस्टोरेंट्स नियर मी, तो ये मेरा जो लोकेशन है उसी के हिसाब से ही मुझे रिजल्ट दिखाएगा. एंड नॉट ओनली लोकल एसईओ, रादर मैं कुछ जेनेरिक चीज सर्च करूंगा लाइक ट्रैवल ड्यूरिंग समर. ठीक है. अब देखिए कि जितना भी रिजल्ट्स मेरे सामने, मैं यहाँ पे इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया कुछ नहीं दिया, मगर जितना भी रिजल्ट्स मेरे सामने आया एवरीथिंग इज रिलेटेड टू इंडिया, सब इंडिया ही है. So see, these are related search. Why? Because it is taking my location. See, this is the location. Okay. So Google is automatically fetching my location even in my laptop. So based on my location, it is giving me the specific results. So people who are actually sitting in UK, say in London, they are also getting this, the result of this thing, travel during summer. It is not a location specific, but in people who are sitting in London, if they search the same thing, they will get the suggestion from England or nearby UK places. Okay. So how this thing happens? This thing actually happens through these domains. Okay. So based on this domain, Google can understand like this particular business location is in France, is in UK, and based on which it gives the search result. Okay. Now, what is the pros and cons of using a domain? Using a domain is one of the like superior kind of international SEO techniques. Okay. It gives the most relevant result if you use this domain as a part of your international SEO. But it is very expensive on the other hand. Why? Because say you are running your business in multiple locations. So in every location, you have to create separate domains. Okay, and managing these separate domains will be expensive for you, because each domain is an independent website. So you are actually managing multiple websites at once. So it is an expensive for most of the businesses. So business, those are small in nature. Those are not that much like MNC kind of thing. They can't use these kind of features due to the expenses. For them, we have another solution, that is subdomain. How subdomain works? Works like this. US.Naki. Australia.Naki.com. France.Naki. So this is called subdomain. So I have only one domain, but I am using a specific space within my domain to promote my other promote my international business. Okay. So this is subdomain. So this is comparatively cheaper than the main domain thing, but it also gives a good result in terms of, like, if I compared with directory, it gives a good result, and it is one of the feasible solution for people who can't afford a domain. But still it is expensive in most of the businesses, because it requires a lot of technical knowledge, because maintaining a subdomain is a bit difficult. Why? Because you are actually using the same domain space and creating a separate entity within your domain. Okay, so you have to keep a full-time developer always to deal with this thing. Whatever problem arises, you can't manage it like manually. So you have to get some experts solution. Okay. Now the next thing is directory, and this is the cheapest and affordable solution for most of the businesses. But it is not that much effective in terms of local SEO. It gives a certain results, yes, but it is not that much effective. But a lot of businesses use this feature. Even some of the top-notch businesses also using this feature. Like Naki.com/US or USA, like this. Naki.com/TOS. Naki.com/France. So this is how directory looks like. Directory is nothing but a folder. So it is basically in the backend, there are a lot of folders. Like I am giving an example. See, this is one web page, and you see traveltriangle.com. This is the hello.
अभी अब क्या पढ़ा रहे हैं? सॉरी, मेरा अभी ज्वाइन हुआ है.
अच्छा, आज हम लोग इंटरनेशनल एसईओ के बारे में थोड़ा बात कर रहे हैं.
अच्छा, ओके.
So this is traveltriangle.com. This is the domain, and within the domain there is /blog, and within the /blog there is another /best places to visit in India in summer. So what is the /blog? So blog is basically a folder within this domain. When I am searching, let's just remove it like this. So within this blog folder, there are so many other contents. There are different contents. Now, when I'm clicking on any of the content, so it is actually searching that folder and showing me the relevant content in front of me. It is like this. So same, I am creating a separate folder within my domain in the name of a business, in the name of a country. It can be US, it can be France. Sorry. It looks like this. US. Okay. So it means traveltriangle.com/US. It means like we have a separate entity in US, and within that folder there are contents related to US kind of audience or US kind of businesses. Okay. So this is how most of the business who have not that much affordability and feasibility in terms of finance and in terms of expertise, they use this thing. This is the most easiest and cheapest thing. Now another thing is lang or reflang. This is another way to represent your international business based on the language. Lang means language. Okay. So I'm giving example of see. This is GoDaddy.com. So GoDaddy is an international business. So in US, people also use GoDaddy. In India, people also use GoDaddy. But how they will differentiate? So see, in Indian site, the amount is in Indian rupee. But when we will go to US site, it will be US dollar. See in the URL, you can see en-in. En means English, in means India. Now I am checking the source. See, this is lang equals to en-in. So through this code, through this HTML code, en equals to in, this particular domain can understand like in which location I am in, and also the search engine can understand like from where I am getting the access request. So based on the location, the search engine also showing me the specific result of my country. Let me check whether we can access the US site. GoDaddy. See, this is the list. I'm going to United States. See that in dash in dot dash in has been removed, and everything is in now in dollar. See, is in dollar. Now I am going to the source. See, lang equals to en-us. Same, I am going for another page. Australia. See, en-au. So what they have used, their global site is godaddy.com. But whenever we are accessing from different location, there is a lang is adding in this place, which actually denotes from which location I am requesting the access. Okay. So we have to, whenever we are dealing with such thing, this is one of the cheapest and most effective way to do it. Like put a HTML lang like this in my code. So you can ask your developer to add a lang code in your website. Another example of international SEO is Amazon. See, this is Amazon.com, okay, and Amazon.in. This is the domain specific thing. Okay. So this .com deals with US business. So say I am clicking on this place. See, everything is in dollar. $29.99. Everything is in dollar. Now I am coming to this place. This is Amazon.in, and everything is in INR. So let me go to the space source. See, HTML lang en-us, HTML lang en-in. So they are using the language parameter, as well as they have separate domain for their business. Let me check whether we can access the Amazon for Australia. See, France. This is the France website. Everything is French. And see the URL, amazon.fr. If I go to the source, see HTML lang equals to fr-fr. So fr means French, fr means France. Initially it was ing-us because we are all English speaking countries. But France has their own language, that is French, that is fr equal -fr. So in this way, we actually do international SEO. So this is the additional part that we have to do in our SEO. So whatever we have learned till date, we have to implement all those things in our international SEO. And these are some of the additional things that we have to add here. Okay. So creating a domain is a bit expensive and difficult. Amazon is one of the richest organization. Jeff Bezos is one of the richest person in the world. So they can afford such features, but not all business can afford such things. There are a lot of business who deals with import and export of different products from India, like leather goods. Okay. So I have an experience of working with a leather company as my client. So they deals with different location like Germany, Austria, like this. So for them, it was very difficult at that time to create separate domains for each of these locations. So what they did is they actually use subdirectory, and let me show you one example of directory. Two examples I have to give. Australia. Let me find. Uh, Let me change the result. date location. It is taking my IP. I can't change this location. So this is the US Google. So I'm searching. See, the result has changed. CNN.com, USA Today, travel.usnews.com. So see, this is one subdomain. travel.usnews.com. So this is the subdomain and this is the main domain. usnews.com is the main domain and travel is the subdomain. Then and this is the directory. This one. So I have searched in a US search engine the travel in summer in France. So now see the result. This is a UK site. .co.uk. So this is a UK site. .co.uk and luggageonly.co.uk. Now travel in summer France. So this one, thomascook.in. You can check if they have any .com or not. See. So the same company has different sites. Thomas Cook UK. This is the UK site. This is the Netherlands site. So this is NL. The language has changed. Even the currency changed to euro. This is probably Belgian. And this is for France. And this is again English. So this is how different websites actually deals with international SEO. So these are the things that we have to keep in mind. Domain, subdomain, and directory. And this is the most important part. This is the cheapest and most important. Lang or reflang. This is one. Now, say you want to deal with Russia, China, those who have their own search engine. So China don't allow Google in their country. Russia have Google, but after the Ukraine where Google has shifted their office from Russia and Ukraine, but Russia already have their own search engine, that is Yandex. So other than Google, we have to do the same thing for these platforms. Like we have to optimize the keywords. We have to add the keyword optimized content in the website. And then instead of Google Search Console, we should go for Yandex Search Console in the Yandex Webmaster. This is the same thing, and Search Console, Google Search Console, and Yandex Webmaster are the same thing, but the company and the search engine is different. Okay. Then Baidu Webmaster. So this is the Baidu Webmaster. So in Search Console, what we exactly do? Pratishtha, can you tell me what is the importance of Search Console?
Sir, it's basically act as a bridge. Um, um, so I'm not able to recall that. I'm not getting the term.
So anybody else? Anybody else will try? The importance of Search Console, why we use Search Console?
To search the different sites, because we don't know the name of our websites, different website. So we try to use search engine to get related website.
Not like that. Search Console and Webmaster is the same thing, just the synonymous thing. So this is the Search Console. In Search Console, what we do is we actually interact with the search engine. Okay. So we don't personally know Sundar Pichai. Even we don't know anyone in Google who works in this search engine. So how we can tell Google, like, I have made these and these changes in my website, or I have published a new website, just crawl it and index it. So there is no way to tell anyone. So Google provided us a Search Console or Webmaster where we can submit our website, URL, through which Google can understand कि ओके इसमें एक वेबसाइट है, इसी को मुझे रैंक देना है, या तो इस वेबसाइट में इस तरह का कंटेंट्स है, सो इस कंटेंट के हिसाब से इसको अलाइन करना है. ओके, सो थ्रू सर्च कंसोल we interact with Google search engine, okay? Or say the website actually interacts with Google search engine. So Google देखता है मतलब इस वेबसाइट में क्या है क्या नहीं है, कैसे इसको इंडेक्स किया जाएगा, क्या नहीं किया जाएगा. Okay. After checking these things, Google can also suggest you some improvements. Okay. So like, see this thing. These are the performance metrics. This is the coverage, where you can see there is one page which is okay. So this page has one error according to Search Console. Okay. What is the error? So the error is no index error. So basically for me this is not an error, but Google is taking it as an error because I don't want to crawl this page in my search engine. That is why I have marked this page as no index. That means I am instructing Google that don't crawl or index this page. Ignore it. Okay. So that is the reason Google can't index or can't crawl this page. So these are the interaction we do through Search Console. Like this page is the highest priority, so I will tell Google crawl this page. This page has the least priority, so I can tell don't crawl this page, ignore it. Google also tell me like your website's core web vitals is not in the right place, so work on it. Google also tell me like you have 404 errors in your website, so work on that. So like this. See like core web vitals. So it is showing me some data. Report. poor. So now this way it is actually interacting with me. Performance, number of clicks, number of impressions, years. Okay. So Search Console is all about how the search engine is interacting with my website, or how my website is interacting with the search engine. So this is the place where we can see and manipulate this thing. Whenever we are doing any kind of changes in my website, what we do, we just put the URL. So I have made any changes in this particular page. After made the changes, I am just pasting this here, and I'm checking whether this data is there in Google. Okay. So this page is on Google, but it is the older version because already I have made a change just now. So what I will do, I will request indexing. So this is the purpose of Search Console. Okay. So whenever we are dealing with multiple search engine, so each search engine has its own Search Console or own webmaster. Like also Bing webmaster. Okay, so this is the same thing. Google Search Console, Bing Webmaster, Baidu Webmaster, Yandex Webmaster, everything is the same thing, but only the search engine is different. Their purpose is also same, that is interacting with your website, or website is interacting with the search engine. So whenever you are dealing with multiple search engine, you have to create a webmaster for each of the search engines, and you have to submit in all these search consoles. So in this way you can give a signal to Google कि मेरा सारा जो कंट्रीज है, सारा कंट्री में मेरा बिजनेस चलता है और सारा कंट्रीज के लिए ये URL मेरे पास है. So you just crawl it and index accordingly. So this is the purpose of webmaster tool or search console. Okay. Any doubt? Any query?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now I will show you how to create a search console. Can anybody share their screen? Because I already have a lot of search consoles. It will be difficult for me to show.
Yes, sir.
Please go to Google Search Console. Click on it. Start now. Okay. So there are two ways to create a search console property. So every website in Search Console is a property. Okay. You can create multiple property against one ID. Okay. How to create a property or how to add a website in Search Console? There are two ways. One is domain, another is URL prefix. So domain, this particular way is bit difficult. You have to, so if you have a domain, in that case, you have to go to the back end of your domain. That is, say you have purchased a domain from GoDaddy. In that case, you have to visit your GoDaddy profile, and there you will get these DNS verification and all these things. Okay. It's a bit difficult. The easiest way is URL prefix. Do you have any domain? Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. So just take a random URL from the internet. Just click on it. Don't copy it. Just click and then copy this. Continue to money control. Yeah, now copy and paste it. Continue. So now you have to verify your ownership. Okay. So there are different methods. One is this thing, HTML file. So what you have to do is you have to download this HTML file and you have to upload it in the moneycontrol.com's backend. That is the cPanel. Okay. So download this file, click on it. Okay. So this is the file. You have to copy and paste it in the money controls cPanel. And once you successfully pasted in the cPanel, then you have to click on the verify. Okay. Okay. Go scroll down. These are some other verification methods. That is HTML tag. Click on HTML tag. So this is a tag. What you have to do is you have to copy this tag and you have to paste it in the head section of your website. Okay. So if you have a WordPress website, you can get it in the theme editor. There you have to just paste it, and after pasting it, you have to click on the verify button. Go down. Now it is the Google Analytics and Google Tag Manager. So if you have any Google Analytics account with the same ID, you can auto verify your profile. Or if you have a Google Tag Manager with the same ID, you can auto verify it. So you don't have to paste any code or download any code, nothing you have to do. Okay, so these are the process on which you can, and last one is domain name provider, that is the DNS record. You have to go to the GoDaddy or whatever platform you have used to purchase your domain. There you will get the DNS record. But it is suggested that if you are not an expert in this field, don't do any changes in the DNS record, because it is all about your websites, whether your website will get published or not. So if you change anything and if some error happens, your website will you can't live your websites. That will be the problem. Okay, so these are some of the easiest methods which don't take much effort. You can do like this. Now just remove property. You can remove it. Remove. Okay, now just go down. Just ये शेयर बंद कर दीजिए. So now I am sharing my screen. So these are all properties. If I want, I can remove any property. So remove property. So I can remove property or I can add one. So let me show you. So ownership auto verified. Why? Because I have already a Google Tag Manager. Let me check whether I have any scrap URL. Site. So say I'm going by this method, copying. So this is the website admin. So this is the WordPress backend. I have copied this code. Now I will go to theme settings. This one appearance theme file editor. So this is the theme file editor. Here we will go to header.php. Header.php. Here what I will do, I will just paste this code here. So now I will update file. Verify. Ownership verify. See, So did you understand like how we can like create such thing? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we will have another such assignment in the class where we will like create a search console and we will do these things.
So for that, we should have a website ownership.
Yeah. So in this case, you will just take the verification methods. What are the verification methods are there? You will only learn that thing because currently you don't have any website, so nothing can be done in that case. But this is one of the important part. Without search console or without a web tool, you can't do anything. Whatever you do, you have made a very beautiful website. You did a very good SEO, implemented lot of keywords, keyword optimized contents. You did a very good one. But if you don't have a search console, you will not get a rank in Google because Google will not know that there is a website you have created with such a like proper manner or a beautiful way. So there is no way Google can understand because there are a lot of people in the world who are creating websites. There are lakhs, millions and billions of websites are there in the world in a specific topic. So if you are working on education, there are a lot of educational websites. If you are working on travel and tourism, there are a lot of websites on travel and tourism. So it is not possible for Google search engine to find out your website and give a rank on its own. It is not possible. So you have to create your website. You have to do whatever optimization as per the guidelines. After doing all the optimizations, you have to create a search console account and you have to give an index request. You have to raise an index request in Google for your website. Then only Google will understand कि okay, अच्छा ये एक वेबसाइट नया है जिसके ऊपर मुझे काम करना है. So अगर तुम सर्च कंसोल नहीं बनाओगे तो तुम्हारा पूरा जितना भी काम है, जितना भी एफर्ट, जितना भी समय तुमने इन्वेस्ट किया, सारा चीज तुम्हारा पानी में चला जाएगा. Okay, so this is the basically this is the doorway for the search engine. So website is there. In order to go to the search engine or in order to index your website in the search engine, you have to knock the door of the search engine. So this is the doorway from which you can knock the search engine and enter into the search engine. So that is the that is in search console. So every search engine has its own search console or webmaster. If you are dealing with multiple search engines, you have to create an account in all those search console and you have to submit it separately. Then only you will get a rank on each of the search engines. Okay. So if you have any question, you can ask me.
सर इंडिया में सिर्फ गूगल ही है ना सर्च इंजन?
इंडिया में सिर्फ गूगल ही चलता है. कुछ जो लोग थोड़ा टेक्नोलॉजिकली एडवांस्ड है वो लोग बिंग भी यूज करते हैं. बट गूगल इज द मास सर्च इंजन इन इंडिया. Even Google is the mass search engine for rest of the world also, except Russia and China, because Russia has its own Yandex and China has its own Baidu. So both of them use their own search engine instead of Google. Like the priority is their own search engine. Okay. And in US, in other European countries, most of the people use Google and Bing. Few people also use DuckDuckGo. Though they are not so popular thing, but yes, these search engines are already there. But when you are dealing with a business that is an international business, in that case you have to work on all these search engines, because you don't know which user will access from which search engine. Probably one of your most potential customer is using Bing, okay, or using some other search engines. So while doing an international SEO, you have to work on multiple search engines, multiple search consoles.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now I will share two things. That is no index and so these are some of the HTML tags which you can use in the robots.txt, or you can use the same thing in your backend, in your where all your HTML codes are there. Now, what is the funda of these two things? No index. So that I have just showed you this page. This page. So this page is a no index page. Why this page is no index and what is the meaning of it? Basically, this is a login page. So in SEO, our main objective is to provide some meaningful content to my user. So if I index a login page, and if this login page comes in Google rank, I'm not actually adding value to my user, because user can't understand what exactly it is and why he came to this place, because there is no meaningful content, nothing. It is just username and password. So if I give the username and password, what I will achieve? Okay, so there is no instruction, nothing is there. So it is not so good practice to index these kind of pages. So we actually use no index tag in my HTML, or we can use this in the robot.txt, so that Google will not index this page in search engine. So basically, when Google crawl my website, when it sees that, okay, this URL is no index URL, so it will skip or it will ignore this page. Okay. So this is the purpose of no index. Another one is no follow. No follow is widely used in backlinks. Okay. Why? Because a lot of people use so when I take a backlink from any website, just giving an example, like Okay, see, no follow. No follow. So what is this no follow tag? No follow tag is used for, say, so these are some of the backlinks. Like I have mentioned twitter.com in my website. I have mentioned facebook.com in my website. So basically my website's link juice, we call it link juice, that is the authority. So the website authority is flowing to these social media platforms, which is not required. So why I will give my domain authority to these social media pages. So Twitter or Facebook don't need my authority. They are already authorized sites. Even they are not asking me for backlinks, but I am putting these URL due to my because I want to promote my social media pages. That is why I have used this link in my website, so that people can come to my website and they can visit my social media pages. So that is the purpose. But when I am linking this social media pages, मतलब मैं जब ये जो social media page है इसको जब मैं मेरे website के साथ link कर रहा हूँ, so Facebook के लिए या Twitter के लिए ये basically backlink होगा. If I am checking from the perspective of these social media platforms, that means they are getting a backlink from this website. So backlink का फंडा मैंने तो बोल दिया था कि backlink का फंडा ये है कि to authorize something. So I am giving a authorization कि ये बंदा ठीक बोल रहा है. Okay. That actually enhance or increase the authority of a certain website. जिसको backlink मिला है उसका authority बढ़ता है. अगर Facebook, Twitter को मुझे authority देने से कोई फायदा नहीं है. So I am wasting my authority. So इसीलिए मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, मैं no follow बोल के एक टैग यूज कर रहा हूँ, जिससे क्या हो रहा है, Google इनको बैकलिंक के तौर पे नहीं देख रहा है. जैसे हम लोग कहते हैं ना, मतलब किसी के सामने हम लोग बोलते हैं ये बहुत अच्छा बंदा है, आप यहाँ इससे काम करवा लो, बहुत अच्छा काम करेगा, मगर बाद में हम लोग व्हाट्सएप में या फोन पे बोलते हैं कि भाई वो सामने था इसीलिए मैं बोल दिया, मगर उसके पास मत जाओ. ठीक है. सो दिस इज लाइक काइंड ऑफ दिस थिंग. सो मेरा सुविधा होगा इसीलिए मैं इनका URL मेरा वेबसाइट में मैं डाल रहा हूँ, दैट इज फाइन, मगर इनको मैं बैकलिंक नहीं दूंगा, इसीलिए आई एम यूजिंग नो फॉलो. सो URL बैकलिंक के तौर पे यूज हो रहा है, बट Google is not indexing और Google is not considering. तो तुम्हारा Google अगर consider नहीं करेगा, तुम्हारा backlink पे कोई फायदा नहीं होगा. ठीक है. So this is the purpose we use no follow. ठीक है. बहुत सारा टाइम पे ऐसा होता है कि कुछ वेबसाइट्स हैं जो बोलते हैं कि भाई मेरा वेबसाइट को रैंक करवा दीजिए या लिंक दे दीजिए. Okay. And they are very persuasive in nature. So at that time what we do is we give them a link with no follow. तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, उसको मुझे मैंने लिंक उसको दे दिया, वो खुशी हो गया, मगर आई हैव यूज्ड अ नो फॉलो टैग सो दैट द बैकलिंक का जो अथॉरिटी है, जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं लिंक जूस, वो लिंक जूस उसके पास नहीं गया. सो दैट इज द रीजन वी यूज नो फॉलो. एनी डाउट?
सर नो इंडेक्स एक बार बताएंगे वापस?
नो इंडेक्स का मतलब ये हुआ, सोचिए मेरा वेबसाइट पे ऐसा कुछ पेज है, जैसे सोचिए ब्लॉग साइट के एग्जांपल हम लोग लेते हैं। ब्लॉग साइट पे ब्लॉग्स रहता है, ब्लॉग्स के साथ साथ एक अलग सा पेज रहता है जहाँ पे जो ऑथर्स है, ऑथर्स का एक इंडेक्स लिस्ट रहता है कि कौन सा ऑथर है, उनका प्रोफाइल क्या है क्या नहीं है। सो कभी कभार ये वेबसाइट जो है वो ये ऑथर प्रोफाइल को रैंक नहीं देना चाहता। सो सोचिए एक पेज है जिस पेज को मैं गूगल में रैंक नहीं करवाना चाहता। सो हाउ टू डू इट, बिकॉज आई एम सबमिटिंग द एंटायर साइट इन फॉर इंडेक्सिंग, बट एक स्पेसिफिक जो पेज है उसी को मैं नहीं चाह रहा हूँ कि उसको रैंक मिले। तो मैं क्या करूंगा, उसमें नो इंडेक्स बोल के एक टैग लगा दूंगा। ये नो इंडेक्स टैग लगाने से क्या होगा, गूगल जब पूरा वेबसाइट को क्रॉल करके इंडेक्स करेगा तो जहां पे नो इंडेक्स लिखा रहेगा उसको वो स्किप कर जाएगा या तो इग्नोर कर देगा कि अच्छा ये नो इंडेक्स है तो इसको मुझे इंडेक्स नहीं करना। सो इट विल स्किप। सो नो इंडेक्स का पर्पस है गूगल को ये बताना कि भाई तुम क्रॉल करो, इंडेक्स करो, सही है, मगर ये जो पेज है इसको छोड़ के बाकी को करो, इसको रहने। So this is the purpose of no index.
सर पेज क्रॉल करना सब पेजेस के लिए कंपलसरी नहीं रहता, जो हमें करना है वही करते हैं, ऐसे ही रहता है?
देखिए पेज क्रॉल तो मतलब क्रॉल नहीं होगा तो इंडेक्स नहीं होगा। सो क्रॉलिंग इज बैंडेड। क्रॉलिंग का मतलब क्या होता है, गूगल पढ़ता है आपका जो वेबसाइट है उसमें क्या कंटेंट है, क्या क्या चीज है वो पढ़ता है। ऐसे 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 करके क्रॉलिंग होता है। बॉट स्पाइडर बोलते हैं हम लोग, गूगल बॉट स्पाइडर। स्पाइडर जैसे क्रॉल करते हैं ना, वैसे ये जो बॉट है वो क्रॉल करता है वेबसाइट के अंदर। हर एक कोड्स, हर एक टेक्स्ट, हर एक इमेजेस वो क्रॉल करके जाता है। ठीक है। क्रॉल करने के बाद गूगल को अगर लग रहा है कि हाँ ये पेज को मुझे इंडेक्स करना है, वो इंडेक्स कर देगा। अगर उनको लग रहा है कि इस पेज में कुछ इशू है तो आपको बोल देगा इस पेज में ये इशू है। ठीक है। अगर वो क्रॉल नहीं करेगा तो पेज इंडेक्स नहीं होगा, अगर इंडेक्स नहीं होगा तो आपका पेज रैंकिंग में कभी नहीं आएगा। so, इसीलिए क्रॉल एंड इंडेक्स इज मैंडेटरी फॉर योर वेबसाइट। अभी ऐसा हो ही सकता है कि कुछ कुछ पेज में आप रैंक नहीं लाना चाहते, या कुछ कुछ पेज है जो आपके लिए रेलिवेंट है बट इट इज नॉट रेलिवेंट फॉर द यूजर। ठीक है। सो वो पेज को हम लोग रैंक नहीं देना चाहते। So what we do then, we use no follow, no index, like these kind of tags.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I am concluding this session here. Next class will be on Wednesday.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.